¿Qué pasa, mi raza? Welcome to Los Fantasy Cuz, the boldest and hottest Latino sports podcast, powered by the voices and opinions of some cuz. And every week, we'll bring you the realest takes, some bold predictions, and the latest sports buzz. Whether it's football, gringo football, baseball, or cualquier deporte, we're here to keep it real, keep it caliente, and represent the culture. My name is Fabian, and joining me are my compas, my co-hosts, my cuz. What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? It's Rob right here. We're back from Arizona. Was on the plane, couldn't record last time, but we're here with the cuz. Let me start it off with Eric, the last place of fantasy, as you all know it.
Motherfucker, I'm about to kick your ass off. What up, guys?
Tan seco estás, güey?
Sí, con esa madre, sí.
Oh, pues then let's start off with the lover boy Eddie.
Lover boy, what's up, fam? My name's Eddie. Another member of the Fantasy Cuz League. I wish I could tell you so much more of what goes on behind the scenes in the group chat, but eso va a quedar pa la historia.
Sheesh. Yeah, we keep it PG here as much as we can, but we brought Eddie on because we respect his knowledge on MLS, CONCACAF, Liga MX, and as we also you guys heard last week with Gabi, as if he wants to introduce himself again.
What's up, guys? I'm back for another Thursday night football. Uh, let's get it going, boys.
For sure. Let's see who's making moves. This weekend's games, we had some actually a pretty good rivalry between some cuz this weekend. What did you guys? I'll start off with Eric first because I know his team's irrelevant. But what'd you think about the games this weekend, Eric?
Nah, they were good. I think all the eyes were on that Seattle LAFC game. I was a little disappointed because Gabby had called it out already, but they used a lot of the bench players in preparation for the CONCACAF. But even then, it was a really good game, and I think I like it was a good game for Seattle to win. But I still want to see them both at full strength.
Are you not entertained, Eric?
I was entertained, man. That shit was a good game.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
I thought it was gonna be bad at first. I was like, damn, this shit's gonna be boring, but it was actually really good.
No, honestly, obviously I'll go into a little bit, but I'm from Seattle. I live in Seattle, so big Sounder supporter. I was excited to see both the benches go at it. Depth. You got to test it. So it was perfect situation because both teams were coming in technically in the same position, playing midweek weekend games back and forth. So I was excited, but yeah, go ahead, go off, King. I want to hear what you say.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to be excited. There
Eric?
was a lot of offense that game, but we'll let Gabi go into it a little bit. I know he's realist when it comes to his teams, and he's not as biased as some others we have here. But what'd you think about it? Were you guys saving people for the week for like the big matchup, or what was going on?
Well, two rotated rosters. Obviously for me, we got our ass kicked. Sounders bench came on and did what they were supposed to do. Rothrock scored a banger, right? And then later on, after the 77th minute, with Morris and all the starters came in, they played a phenomenal game, did their job. I'm one of those who gets excited to see the benches. I like to see what we have, especially the new guys coming in. A bit disappointed with some of the newer cats that came in. Smolikov, a left back that we got from Ukraine, horrible game. 21 years old, didn't do well. Saldana, Eric talked about him in the group chat. I feel like he was MIA a little bit. Yaboa that we got from Columbus, horrible game. They couldn't get a pass off. So hats off to Seattle for doing their job. Great game on their end. I guess the bright part that I get for my side is that two of our young guns scored. Again, Nathan Ordaz scores. And then at the 90th minute, David Martinez, an 18-year-old, freaking pretty much took it from halfway all the way to score a goal. But other than that, Sounders, they killed it.
Yeah, playing in Seattle is tough. They always have a lot of fans that come in and support. It was a little bit like more empty this time, but they always have a good support system, and playing in Seattle is pretty tough. You would say that going into like the fresh air of Seattle, you might get a little bit more to play, but leaving the smog of LA. But
Hey, going back to the, I guess you can say, a more empty stadium. There's a lot of games, man, and like people. I feel like, especially with these Champions League games, I feel like there's not enough people in the stands, but it's expensive to go to all those games, man. And the people that can make it, I mean, shout out to them because they're rooting on their team, but it's hard. Well, I don't know what you guys think.
yeah, I mean everything's front loaded right now. It seems like we have games every like basically midweek, weekend, and what do you think about it, Eddie? Since you're always supporting as well.
Yeah, I mean, so technically, I share season tickets with one of my buddies, and so we have tickets to every game, but the Champions League games aren't included. It was only the first one, so anything after that first game, you're buying, your seats. And yeah, like Gabby said, they are expensive. They add up. People have lives. Like, there's that group that supports the diehards, as you can say. I guess I consider myself one of them, but even me, like, there's days where I just can't make it, But the vibes around the team, there's a lot of talk about that. Yeah, obviously the attendance has gone down, but I think COVID had a big part in it. The a little bit of the team vibes, but like, I mean, people are still showing up. You're talking about 30K plus every weekend, so nothing too bad. I was at the game. The vibes felt good. I mean, there was a small traveling support as always from LAFC. You could hear them up in that corner, and yeah, man, I was excited, honestly. Right when I walked in literally when Kalani Kosarayensi scored his first goal uh, on loan from Tacoma Defiance, and literally got a first team contract after the game. After the coach said, "I'm gonna talk to the GM, he's getting a contract." So that was pretty cool. But I do want to say also, shout out Jordan Morris, the hometown kid from Mercer Island, for becoming the club all-time goal scorer with 87 goals. Beat out Raul Ruiz Diaz, who's mm, big name. So that was
Yeah,
that was cool to see.
That's
And
dope.
it was cool because like uh Jordan Morris is sometimes it feels like he doesn't have too many emotions. Like he kissed the badge and I was sort of shocked. And I was like, man, this guy like he really loves this club. So it meant a lot to see that.
we'll hope you get to share a shot with him later on to celebrate that. I know but with Eric, I mean, what's your take so far on some of the MLS? I know going over that matchup was crucial with it being like a rivalry, but some other games around the league, what do you guys think?
I didn't watch too much. Like I said before, like I'm barely starting to like kind of get really deep into MLS this season. But I mean, I think the Rapids tied. Um, I only really watch him when my buddy plays, but he's injured. He's still out with a hamstring. But yeah, outside of that, I didn't really watch them in the games.
You guys won 1-0 actually, so I mean it's all
Oh
good.
shit!
You guys got the first win of the year, but yeah, no, that they got to support somehow. I know that you guys are messy boys right here, so that they keep on winning, and even though they had a red card, they still end up winning.
So
Hey,
they lost their
Bob,
first game.
did Messi play?
No, I don't think that game. Um,
Oh, I wonder why.
he was saving his legs for today, huh?
I guess he was being a fresa because he might be hurt.
Wait, he
What
didn't.
do you
He
mean? He
didn't. He
played
barely
today.
released it.
Yeah, but he didn't play that game. He was on the bench last game. So like I guess I'm excited though for next week's Fresa of the Week when you announce Sergio Ramos. He didn't
What?
travel to
Ooh.
Vancouver.
Hey, there's
Yeah.
something in the water.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, on a serious note, I don't know if you guys saw his like contract stuff. Shit's crazy, bro. Motherfuckers be doing what they want. I swear to God.
Bro, there is some contracts that we seen. Even the other day, I was seeing about Neymar's old contract, how he used to have once a month. He would bring in his homies and to party once a month. There's some things in contracts. At that point, they're bringing in some talent to, like you said, grow La Liga MX, and you got to appreciate it. It's not like the whole league is paying for this player, unlike Messi, so it's a little different when there's this different standard to what you're doing for this league. But I'm not going to hate on Messi all the time. He is, like you said, growing the league, and at that point, if it helps out, I'm all for it. So.
According to Eric's greatest expansion team, San Diego FC won 3-1 against Real Salt Lake.
Ooh, that's a good
So I
game.
was right.
In Real Salt Lake. That's a pretty good win.
That is a good one.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Lake isn't doing too well, even though they freaking beat the Sounders. But yeah, I mean, they're off to a great start, man.
Yeah,
I feel like
there's a couple 3-0 teams.
Real Salt Lake is one of those weird teams that they beat the good teams at weird times. It's weird.
Bro, the Sounders haven't been able to beat them in Salt Lake for like 10 years or something, bro. It's something crazy.
So we'll talk about the surprise of
There's
the
something about
of the
that Mormon
the
state, man, that just gives bad vibes.
man. Well, I mean, the surprise of them, I would say, is right now is Vancouver. They, like I said, they're getting off to a hot start, and how they played against Monterrey even, but they're looking like a pretty good squad so far.
Yeah, they beat their Canadian folk Montreal. They're definitely. It's crazy because they lost one of their top DPs, and it looks like they got better.
Yeah,
Maybe
first place in the West.
Crazy.
for real. We won't have to talk about Galaxy much. They look like they're struggling out the gates. They're waiting for no Antoine Griezmann's coming to LAFC right in the summer. Still got me.
I don't know. Chengi Sunder, who just got to LAFC, has a 6-month DP contract. So I don't know what that means. I don't think they'll buy him.
6 months.
Well, there's a rumor that when he leaves, Griezmann's gonna come. But LAFC has the option to buy him. But LAFC has never gone over $8 million on a player, and I think he's worth over the 8. So I don't think. I mean, if he comes, he had a great play the other day. But if he does good in those 6 months, what are you gonna do? Not like just let him go? So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. A 6-month DP contract. Loan. It's a loan.
I mean, you gotta. That's what the talk is. That they're waiting for him in the summer. I mean, at that point, do you guys feel like you need a little bit more firepower, or is that going to be helping you guys out?
No, we need to cut Giroud and get someone else because that fool ain't cutting it.
I didn't want to
No,
bring him up, but being at the game, I swear to God, I looked over to one of my season ticket buddies, and I was like, wait, he's still. It was second half. I was like, he's still in. I was like, not even playing around, bro. I was like, what is? I thought he subbed him out. Honestly,
No,
I mean,
yeah,
I
I
never
mean,
thought it as a striker. He's always like in the right spot sometimes, but like he's such a slow player that maybe it's harder for the build up. I don't know.
yeah, he looks super slow. There's a stat
bro, he's
like
a big dude, bro. Like seeing him in person, I was like, holy, like this guy's big. You can his presence, but like no say.
No
check this
pause,
out.
no pause, huh?
Check this out.
Mm.
Since 2019, no striker has played more minutes, 965, without a goal in MLS play than Olivier Giroud.
A mandarlo para atrás a France.
Yeah,
So
how many games is that, like, average?
980 minutes. That's probably like 12 games.
Damn.
Yep. So I mean that pretty much wraps up a little bit of the MLS. I know it's still early on in the year, but what would you like? What's your guys' so far hot takes of what teams are going to be maybe top three, or what do you guys think? Eric, I'll let you start.
Uh, my kind of like fire prediction take, I think San Jose midway through the season is going to be top 3.
Top three.
Yep.
Eddie, what do you think? What's your hot take on the for the like maybe a team might not be there or maybe your own team that might have some growth throughout the year?
Well, I'm getting a little too forward here, but after the injuries from this midweek game, it's gonna be tough. I mean, there's still time to sign some players, but it's gonna be hard to get some good additions right now. Like they're probably gonna have to wait till the summer to make some a splash. Uh, but Vancouver, man, my Cascadian rivals to the north, I don't know, man. They're looking good, man. And that San Diego team, I'm trying to go down to San Diego for that Sounders San Diego game, but yeah,
I
and
me traes una
man,
botella de tequila.
yeah, that Galaxy. Hopefully they stay down there, bro. Bottom of the barrel.
They got that championship hangover. That's what they got.
Yeah, but they made history in the wrong way by I think it was like what not winning the first three games. Like no champions ever done that.
Yeah, not all teams can
Is
go to
Ricky
back-to-back MLS Cups.
is Re, is Ricky Puig still out? He hurt his ACL in the championship, right, or the game before?
Yeah, the game actually against the Sounders, Western Conference Final.
Yeah, so that's for him the way that he moves that team. I mean, that shows the quality he had. But for me, one of the top takes for sure that's going to be the Cascade Brothers up north. I'm gonna think that they're gonna hold it down top three this year.
Wait, you're recognizing a Canadian?
Hey, well, after they beat us in hockey, we accept the tariffs, whatever, whatever's coming. We're all leaf flickers if we need to be. But what do you think, Gabi? What's your little hot take? Maybe someone who's going to be the top scorer or someone.
Uh, it's. I think it's too early to say, but I do think San Diego makes the playoffs in their first season. It's a long season. I mean, anything can happen. Um, at the end of the day, it matters what you're doing at the end of the season. I mean, right now, we're 3 games in. We got Concacaf Champions League, and then we still have Leagues Cup. That's a lot of games. You never know. And then, like Eddie says, with the injury bug happens, and then if it happens early, then you end up being healthy towards the end, and then that benefits you. So we'll see. But I do think uh, San Diego will make the playoffs, and
That's a
if
good one.
the only way they will be the greatest franchise expansion is if they win MLS Cup, like Eric was saying, right? Or what did San Luis do? They broke the points record.
Oh, something
I
like
didn't say they
that.
were the greatest. I just said they're the ones that's gotten me the most excited.
Oh, they're not that exciting, but
Well,
that's my take. They'll make the
yeah,
playoffs.
for sure. That's a good one. Hey, just quick question. I know that since the Super League or whatever is going on in the summer, are they going to be able to use some of those players for the MLS as well? You know how they can sign 5 players or something for the they can only use what?
No, Rob. Sorry, that's for the FIFA Club World Cup,
Okay, they can only use them for that FIFA Club World Cup, right?
and that's only two MLS teams. That's Miami and Seattle, which is
Wait,
something that we can dive in down the line once it gets closer.
For sure. I was just saying for injuries, I know you guys had those, but I know that wraps up kind of the MLS. We had some games in the Liga MX. Which ones did you guys end up watching? Or I know, obviously, we're all Chivistas, but you guys want to get into that one right away?
Why not? Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
I mean, the first they tied one, they tied, so that was that game. We're not talking about what happened yesterday, but yet.
It's the same shit.
You felt like we left a lot of opportunities out there, or what?
we'll get to that when we get
So
to that.
yeah,
Right now, let's talk Liga MX.
yeah. So for the Liga game, sorry, Gabby. For the Liga game specifically, uh, I felt like with before that red card, there was a chance that we could have scored. I felt like there was momentum a little bit that we had that we could have done something, man. And I mean, props for holding on to the 0-0, but like as a Chivas fan versus America, like that's not good enough.
For sure. Even though that they held it down for the last 20 minutes or so, Um, you always want to win against them. But for you, Gabi, I know I'll let you get into what any of the analysis of the game.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. I wasn't able to get on that one. I got on it towards the end, and the red card had already happened. Um, but still, I want to win every game. Every game we play versus those fools, I want to win them all. I know we tied. I know we won the previous one, and then we tied the league one. But I want to win them all. I don't care how we get it done. I just want to win.
I'll let Eric hold off. I know he won't go into the Chivas right now. He's got a lot on his mind about him. So I mean, there's other games that went down, other teams that are obviously doing better than Las Chivas. Um, I mean, Tigres look like they're the hottest team. They're looking like one of the best teams again. They ended up winning. Leon finally they lost.
Oh yeah, they got a red card.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was crazy. They lost against Santos.
61st minute, and then Santos scored in the 90th.
you end up. Santos is from. Are they from Tijuana or is that a different? Or am I mistaken?
No, they're from Torreon.
I like I like their badge, to be honest. The Santos badge is pretty sick. But but yeah, that was their first loss of the year so far. They've been actually holding it down.
Yeah, so Leon's in first place. America's in second. Tigres in third. Toluca, Cruz Azul, Necaxa, Pachuca, Juarez, Monterrey, and then Chivas right on the cusp at 10th place.
6 games left in the season. We're in 10th place, which is the play-in spot, right?
Yeah, we don't want to be there.
No.
I mean, the remaining games that they have, we can kind of look forward and see hopefully that they pull off some wins. I know against Juarez, that should be a game that I feel that we should win. But the 2 weeks after that against Cruz Azul, that's going to be a real test for them. See how that one works out for us.
Don't we play Monterrey right after them too?
Yep. Well, it's Cruz Azul and Monterrey right after.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, hopefully,
Without these, sorry, Rob. Without these midweek games anymore, there's no excuses, man. This guy has a full week of work with the team. I mean, obviously they brought him in a crazy situation before 3 clásicos. Before he came in, we had 3 different technicals sitting on the bench for the previous 3 games because of the Garcia was sick or whatever you want to call it. Like he came in hot to a team that's obviously the vibes were off, the fans are fussy. Like my props to the guy, but he's got to show us something in the next couple of games, or he's not going to make it through the season.
yeah, I think that test after the international break is going to be crucial for those 3 games after. That might be helping determine if he's going to keep his job or not. So we'll see. I feel like for out of those last few games, I mean the real test is going to be the Cruz Azul and then the Clásico against Atlas. That's always tough to play them.
Yeah, and it's at the Jalisco, our second home. We have to win that game. Who knows what position we'll be in then, but just for the pride of the fans in the city and just to close out the season, whatever it may be, like you cannot lose that game.
Yeah, points. I mean they got to finish off with points at least every game at that point so that they can at least get to the top into the playoffs.
I think the only thing that's kind of like keeping us with like a little glimmer of hope is the fact that like the points between like I think it's like fifth or sixth in us. It's like with if we get like a win and everything falls into our place, we get some results. We can jump up like a lot of positions. It's just like we can't slip up. Like I think we play Mazatlan next. Like they've been kind of like better than other seasons, but it's still one of those teams where like Chivas needs to get the win and should get the win, and it just kind of cuts the gap of getting us out of that playing spot.
Well, yeah, the next one against Juarez, they're eighth, so
Or
they're top
Juarez,
them in
yeah.
the table, and then they're up, and then Cruz Azul as well. So if we get those, if they pull off some points and take away from them, that'll jump us up and feeling more confident for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, those 6 point games as they call them, right?
Mm-hmm.
For real. No red cards. We can't allow them to allow us to get more red cards during that, allowing us not to get
Bro.
full
Hey,
force.
no excuses, man, but I got a little stat for you guys, man.
Tell us, what is it?
Well, once we get into the Champions League game,
Okay. All right. We'll say he was just man. We got the little teaser. We have Gabi and Eddie. Like I tell you, they come prepared. We
I'm
respect a lot what they say.
I'm all about the stats. That's cool.
All about the numbers. But I mean, we'll keep it short on Liga MX because we got a lot more to say. I feel in other areas. I know we'll leave off with one hot take at least for since there's only 6 games left. Um, you know, what do you think, Gabi? What's the little hot take for you for the rest of the last 6 games remaining?
I think these 3 games were crucial for us, right? Obviously, the last one didn't go the way we wanted to, so I think it's going to give us a little pep in our step, and I think we're going to make the playoffs.
Just the plan. We're gonna make the playoffs. All right, Eddie. What do you think? What's a little hot take for you?
same thing. Obviously, those 6 point games, like I said, are gonna be crucial. I think we sneak into the playoffs. We're gonna face America again, like we have been the last couple years in the playoffs, and we're gonna beat them. Ya dije.
Ya dijo,
Let's
ya
go.
dijo. And then if he does, he's gonna get another Chivas tattoo. He says.
Oh yeah, we already got some lined up. I don't need that. I do it when the team is actually down bad. That's when I get my tats.
Oh, for sure. He's a real one. He's a real one. That's for sure. What about you, Eric?
I'm riding on the same boat as them in terms of like my own team prediction. I think Chivas is going to go in directly, but I think like another hot take outside of my team. I think either León or Monterrey is gonna be in the final this year against us. Hopefully.
Leon, I know they're the number one. So, I mean, mine will be same thing. Chivas are going to be actually top five. They're going to end up, like I said, after this, they're going to be focusing on just La Liga and Cruz Azul, like America. There's other little teams that are still having a focus midweek and other stuff. They might drop a couple points here and there. So for me, they're going to be top five. So that's my hot take. All right, guys. So that leaves that for Liga MX. Let's get started on the juicy stuff, the CONCACAF. So as far as those games, I know um, I I don't watch as much, but I started trying to watch a little bit more. But Tuesday's games, we had Tigres against Cincinnati. Tigres pulled that one off 3-1. They ended up winning in aggregate 4-2. Columbus, they ended up beating LAFC 2-1, but still LAFC handled that first leg, and then Cruz Azul kind of put away Seattle with I know there was a few little things that ended up happening that Eddie has some concerns for the rest of the year, but give us a little insight on that, Eddie.
Kind of. They fucking smacked us al último, yeah. Yeah, so I think it was what first half. Um, Paul Arriola goes down with an apparent knee injury. They're talking about possibly ligaments, so there's a good chance he's gonna be out for the rest of the season. I personally like when that happened. I like felt the vibes just go down. Obviously, they didn't start off on a great foot either. Like you could feel like right before they scored the Cruz Azul scored the first goal, like you could feel that it was coming. Honestly, um, so yeah, he goes down right before half, and then you're forced to bring on Paul Rothrock, who had a great game against LAFC, but he ends up conceding, I think, that penalty that at that point we were technically still in it, but by then obviously they convert. and then the vibe just, man, Jordan Morris on a run that I'm like, oh, here we're on, pulls the hammy.
Oh,
So you're talking about your top goal scorer, your number 9, right? Um, by then they had already subbed out Ferreira, who could have, I guess, covered for him in a sense. But yeah, after that, obviously, Masovsky got the goal. Uh, I got a hot take on that guy. Gabby,
LAFC,
take him back.
LAFC legend.
take him back.
Henderson
No,
native.
yeah, like take that guy back, man. After Saturday's game, like not to go backwards, but he should not be starting for an MLS team. I'm sorry. I'm not usually negative on players on my teams like that, but nah, bro.
Como que
Hey Eddie,
no?
He's one of those players
What's
that
up?
comes
Eddie,
in
qu-
every once in a while and then like pokes one in here and there, and that's it.
hey Eddie. On a serious note though, because I kind of been keeping up with this guy because I used to play against him in the academy ranks. But like, what do you think of Ferreira? Like, because it kind of seems like, I don't know, from what I see, it seems like he's not really fitting in or he's not finding his way. Like, what do you think is going on with that fool? Because he came off like from FC Dallas like being like the main guy.
Well, last season he was hurt, right? So he didn't have his best season, which was, part of the fan base. They see him like, oh, like, do we need him? Is he going to be that same player? Other fans were super excited. I was excited, honestly. Like, I think he's a great signing, but obviously, like, there's certain players that felt like Ariola, for example, felt like he clicked in right away. He scored right away. You know, Ferreira, I think is going to take a little bit longer. Plus, there was rumors when he came in, like he was at the uh, camp with the U.S. team, and
Mm-hmm.
they sent him home technically because they called it like fitness issues,
Oh,
which usually is like he's either hurt or he's nursing something, right? So
mm-hmm.
that was the talk right when he got to Seattle before they went off to preseason. So that could be that. Like he technically might not be 100% fit, and I think he isn't. And same thing, like he hasn't clicked yet 100%. But I also feel like he's technically going to be fighting for the position with De La Vega, even though we sort of missed that big injury on the other talk. He went down her in the LAFC game on Saturday with, they're saying possibly a couple weeks out. The injury report's supposed to come out tomorrow, which that's another big one for the Sounders. But I
We
think
still
he'll
got a
come
lot of
around.
season left for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's still way early, like Gabby said, to tell. But I think he'll come around. He'll find his footing.
Yeah, it was a shock for me. I know that playing at Cruz Azul at the elevation maybe or something for the players might have been tough, but that was that matchup to see Cruz Azul and Seattle Sounders that early. That those are two teams that I would say that I would want to see in like the semifinals match or something. But
Yeah.
it's unfortunate to see that the good quality side, like Sounders lose early, but LAFC did have a little bit of nerves going into this last game. I know what like Gabby, were you nervous going? I know you guys were up on aggregate, but how'd you feel about your guys' performance?
I didn't go in it confident at all. Like I said in the last pod, um, we went to our first ever Champions League. We went to Leon and they smacked us 2-0, and they were supposed to come back to LA and smack us again, and then we beat them at home 3-0 to advance, right? So I wasn't going confidence to Columbus. And then, like I said, Columbus has been our kryptonite. And then right away at the 10th minute, they score. And I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. But it's like, dude, you're up 3-0 in aggregate. And I understand you're a team that likes to not have the ball. You're up 3-0, have the ball. Like, don't let them have the ball.
Sit on the ball for Yeah, sit on the ball.
Yeah, like keep it. I understand we're a team that okay, we'll let them have the ball, we'll counter them, we'll counter them. But dude, that was not the time with the team that has been our kryptonite, and then we're at their house, and then at the 45th minute they score another one. So now it's like halftime 2-0, and now I'm at the edge of my seat. Like here we go, they're gonna score the third one, and now we're gonna go to PKs or something like that. That wasn't
Yeah,
the
Gabby
case.
doesn't need more gray hairs.
I don't need more players, man.
Yeah, we don't need him
The,
to get more grace.
the bright spot was that the new DP Chengi Sunder came in and uh there was a long pass from the Columbus Crew, one of the defenders to I think like a midfielder, and Chengi's made a big like strong hard run to steal the ball, and then it was him and Denny Boanga, and then he slides it over to Boanga, and then Boanga 1-on-1 with the goalie. He makes that 9 times out of 10, scores it at the 95th minute to secure it, but we can't have that in the next round with Miami.
Ooh, that is going to be a good battle.
Hey, Gabby,
Yo,
I think though, like I see it as a positive in terms of like because you know how me, you, Eddie, Rob at some point we've all played, but I think LAFC grew as a team and it showed that like they can defend and keep a score and they can fight it out because 2-0 at half, it's like that's like probably the worst possible position you can be going into halftime. But the fact that aguantaron at the end they got it, it shows kind of the growth as a team and like that they've been there, they've done that, they've been in some finals, they can compete. So I think as a whole, they kind of grew a lot as a team just holding that result.
They're
oh,
not the only ones growing. That comment right there from you shows a lot of growth from you, Eric.
Mira, Rob, no empieces.
Hey, además es que me sorprendes, güey. Es
No.
que
so
I didn't expect that.
Soy un analista y es lo que no
that's
piensan ustedes.
Hey, I'm here for the hot takes, so let him cook. Let him cook.
hey, that is a really good point you bring up because um, Bob Bradley LAFC was not like that. So Bob Bradley LAFC, yeah, you scored a lot of goals, but you didn't defend, and it was like get the ball and everyone go up and score, and like it was fun to watch. Um, what wasn't fun is when Sounders eliminate you in the Western Conference Final or whatever, and like you had one of the greatest MLS seasons or whatever, and in points, right? And you can't hold games. So you're right about that. So I feel like this new era of LAFC is with Cherundolo is more. We're gonna score a goal or two on you, and you're gonna have to break us down. But yeah, you're right about that.
So they're like a tournament team. It looks like they're prepared for two legs. Like it seems like they're like you said growing and playing a better style for this tournament, and hope could lead them far.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hope.
Hey,
I mean, I
don't be scared of
believe
Messi, bro. Don't be scared of Messi.
No, but
Gabby,
Rob, even then, I don't think going into this game against Miami, I don't really think. I think this game mentally helped LAFC going into Miami, being like, it doesn't matter if Messi's there. Suarez, like, mentally, they're like, we beat a team who's had our number consistently. We, as a team, we grew into not shut down, being down 2-0 at halftime. Like, they didn't shut down at one point. So, as a team, mentally, like, in that locker room, that shit grows on you.
For sure.
Eddie was gonna say
yeah, I
something.
mean, I didn't get to watch the game because it was the same time as the Sounders. But right when I turned it, is when they scored the goal. But just looking at like the stats, possession 68-32, big chances 4-2, big chances missed 2-1. Like you know, the game like technically Columbus should have won, right? So you guys held. You guys scored when you needed to close out the game when they were most pressuring. And I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yup, good win, good win.
But I did want to ask you some. Some people may say I like the drama. I don't know if the LAFC community made a big deal of it or not, but Cherundolo's press conference after the Sounders game, it sounded like he was sort of taking shots at Buanga with like the effort of the subs coming in. Is that not a thing over there right now?
No, no, I feel like it was um more so in the beginning of the season. So this has been coming around since like the beginning because his game, the first, like I said, the way we started, it wasn't great. Our offense was not there. It was our defense, right? We had 4 clean sheets, but he did kind of take some shots at him. Like at the beginning of the season, it just wasn't there as it was past years.
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe,
he's like probably expects more as a leadership, or maybe trying to get him going as a leader to like you said, get a little bit better out of him.
yeah. So yeah, he has done it already a couple times, but it's not like I feel like in the community over here, there it's there, but it's not. Nobody's kind of like they're thinking, oh, he's gonna turn it around, or it's gonna be fine.
If anyone should be getting that is Giroud, bro. Like he's
Oh,
the one getting the
100%.
big dollars.
Oh,
He's the
dude.
big signing. He's the big name. Like, Bouanga's shown that he's he walks the walk.
No. The Twitter dude, they're like sell him right now and like get rid of him and cut him and like yeah, he just looks very slow.
I mean, Giroud, yeah, uh, he's a slow player. I don't know what you guys thought of that signing, but it seemed like
So
I don't know what he was coming up.
one thing I did want, which it happened, I wanted Giroud started the first Champions League's couple games, and then you saw okay, he's not doing anything. So now Giroud is starting the MLS games, and then Ebobis is starting the Champions League games. He's already started like three. I think it's been three Champions League games in a row. So you can tell Ebobisi is taking over the starting role slowly, which is fine. He's a player that I liked when we got him.
Yeah, well, I mean that those were good games on Tuesday. Um, I know we didn't get it to Tigres and Cincinnati, but those are good games. But let's go into the highly anticipated Wednesday. I know I was even looking forward to that one. Um, Pero como enojaron esos cabrones. So we'll start off with Eddie. I mean, as far as the game we're talking about, the Clásico América versus Chivas, we had the 1-0 lead going into this, and early on they put it on it.
Yeah, I mean, right when the lineup came out, like you could tell, he's he held back or is like he's trying to play defensive or scared, whatever you want to call it. And I don't think that was the right approach. Like you're coming in with the lead, yeah, you want to be smart about it, but don't show them all your cards. Like yeah, and then obviously within the first 5 minutes, boom, like there goes your game plan. Now what you're gonna do? What do you
Yeah,
guys think of the lineup?
everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Freaking Mike Tyson says. Gabi, I know with that as far as you got to change your fire alarm battery. You sound
Yeah,
like you know you don't hear that. That shit's we won't get into that. What people's houses like that,
Wait,
bro.
that's not me.
or is that yours, Eric?
No, I'm in my office.
¿De quién Eddie puede cambiar la luz
No,
o
bro,
la
there's no way.
batería?
I just changed mine.
No.
My,
I
hey,
hear it again.
mines
Bro,
aren't
it's
even up.
probably yours.
I know.
Fucking
Yo,
Eric, bro. Change your shit, bro.
Bro, I don't even have one in my office.
En tu
hey,
casa, güey, te puedo ir.
hey, mines aren't even up. I'm redoing my
It's probably
thing.
you, Rob. You don't even know. It's probably you.
Hey, brother, I live in well, we have two in the apartment in there. I changed those things a long time ago. There's, you're fitting a stereotype, brother.
Hey, well, let me get quick. Let me get into this real quick. Again, we're up 1-0. We're going to their house, aka our house, away from home. Like Eddie said, we put up kind of a defensive lineup. Like, why? If you see towards the end of the first half, we got a little bit of the ball and it was looking great. So why didn't we come out like that right away? As soon as Mozo got that card, I think it was like in the 15th minute against Raito, probably the most ex uh, LAFC player most hated. As soon as he got that card, I said, "Oh, dude, it's over. Like this dude's gonna Raito's gonna eat him up." Raito's one of those players. When he was at LAFC, lo tocabas. Not only that, the dude is good. Like he can take you on. And sure enough, the 46th minute comes right, and then boom, it's like from the downhill from there. I thought we looked good on the ball when we had the ball, but we came out super defensive, and it's like again, you're up, and then you're gonna come out to defend. Like There's a whole game to play. Play the game. Go try to score another. Go get another goal. Go get your away goal. And now you're in a better position. Maybe everything is different if we get an away goal early on. Who knows, right? But I think what killed us all in all was the red card. That after that, everything went downhill.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Brian Rodriguez had the fucking game of his life. Let's be honest. I don't think he's ever played a better game than that. Let's be real. Like that ball that he brought down right before the first half was over to continue that play that ended up with the second goal. Like I thought it was ball's over, and then fucking brings it down. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
And then if I'm being honest, no le puedo reclamar al Tala because he saved us in the last game and so many other games. So yeah, obviously that was his fuck up, but like he saved us so many times. Like unfortunate play. They put it away. I think that was the worst way we could have ended that game because it was within the first 5 minutes and the last of the first half. Even then, in my head, like I'm having the battle of like realist and fan, right? I'm like, no, we can still do it in the group chat. You guys saw we were still in it technically. And then here we go. I mean, I will say that first yellow card was soft.
Weak as fuck.
Soft. But you have to be aware as a player también, like, okay, ya estoy amonestado. Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, he had him on
so
skates
frustrating.
the whole game. Yeah, he had him on skates. It was frustrating. I know I've been trying to get into Chivas again and trying to so that I have some stuff, so valid things to talk about. But hey, man, it's just hard to watch sometimes when, like you said, if either way you just needed one goal and then they would have had to score three. So if you had the mindset to come in, like you said, being aggressive, that would have given them put them on their back foot a lot more than what else do you have to lose? At that point, we
Yeah,
all know.
the red card came at the worst moment. I mean, everything that happened in this game. First, the goal within 5 minutes?
Yeah.
The goal right before halftime. The red card right at the beginning of halftime when you think you still have hope. And then they just close it out from there. Like after that, yeah, the scoreline, but like after that, like the game was over. Like let's be real. What do you do? I mean, as a player though on the field, you still fucking hustle, and you still le metes huevos. You still play it out. Like that, you got to do it. And what was it like that third goal that Miki just let it go, and Mateo forgot to track back, like tapping. Game over.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo,
they didn't even start Chicha Dios. But go ahead, Gabi.
Mateo is a dog. He's a
That's
dog.
the only fucking player that I'm like mi respetos out of the whole series, the whole weekend. Like
Mateo's a dog. ¿Cómo dice el guy? ¿Cómo dice el guy? Dog. Dog.
Dog. Got that
it's
dog in
crazy.
him.
It's crazy the turnaround after the whole situation where he was late to the meeting and they fucking benched him, and then he was going back down to the top. Like, bro, this guy put his fucking head down. He worked. I mean, it just shows también like he grew up in this. His dad was a player. Like, that's what
Yep.
we need.
20
That's what
years
we need.
old. He's 20
Guys that
years old,
fucking
so
care, that play for the fucking badge. Like the hashtag that the fans started. Actually, it wasn't the fans. It was the
It was
Chivas
one fan, no?
influencers. It was the Chivas influencers. And shout out to them. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Like, it doesn't matter the players that are there. Like, all we ask is that you fucking play for the escudo.
hey, 20 years old. Hopefully he stays with us for a long time. Like you said, if he's got that dog in him, we want to keep him.
I
So
think it's that time, Eric.
I think it's that time, Eric.
I mean, before I get into that, I kind of have my piece about the game, but I just think out of the 3 games, the most important game, it's like when they decided to play the most defensive, sin huevos, sin riesgo. They weren't playing like they wanted to win, and they want like the first 2 games. I was like, shit, we just need to play like this, and we're good. And they chose the worst game at the worst moment to be like, let's kind of play defensively, let's play safe, and it's like, dude, you did all the hard work. now it's just go into that last game. O sea, pártate la madre, you're up. Eddie sent something, I think, where, because we were in the group chat asking if we tie who passes and all this shit. He sent like a little graph of like the possibilities. And I counted them. Out of 25, I think America only had 6 possibilities in terms of like scoreline, what they needed. And outside of that, we had the other 19 of any sort of result we could get in our favor. And it's like, dude, like that's crazy. Like we had everything in our hand, in our possibility to be like to get this win. And it's just like I don't get it. I don't get why this game they decided to just be like, you know what? Let's let the foot off the gas. We'll be fine. Going to America, knowing they have to come at you and they have to go get a goal. Like they're the ones that need to come at you. It's like what? O sea, qué pinche momento deciden and I don't know. I was just lost for words, honestly.
What frustrates me honestly is like obviously I just want to see one of these series that end with no red cards. Because last
Yeah.
season, first game at home, red card, they beat us 3-0. Okay, going back to El Defe, like we still put a game in, but by then, like the series is practically over. This is the stat that I was talking about right here. In the last 10 years, since 2015, there's been 35 clásicos. In those 35, there's been 14 with a red card. Out of those 14, 12 of them are red cards to Chivas players. 5 for America. Out of those games, Chivas won 8, America won 16, and there was 11 ties. But with all those games, those 14 games with a red card, Chivas lost 8 of them, won 3 of them, and tied 3 of them. Like, I mean, we know the rumors. Like, I'm
That's
not saying that's the
40%.
only reason why we lost, but let's be real. Once the red card comes out, bro, the game changes. Like,
No, yeah, it's clear that there's we don't know what's going on. We don't like to say que están pagando, que pagan, but there's clearly something going on every time we play.
I mean,
these
40% of the
these
games.
refs, bro, these refs like I swear they go in, they're scared.
No,
They're
Eddie,
scared.
Eddie, tell me why the first game when we played and we had the American ref, why it was the best ref game probably in a while in un clásico.
Yeah, call the Americans refs trash, whatever. Like he let them fucking play. He didn't fall for any stupid shit on either team. Let us fucking duke it out on the field with the ball.
Corrupción.
Gabby, you got anything?
I was going to talk about the other Champions League games, but if you want to finish off this segment of the Chivas.
No, I mean, but do you have anything else to touch up on, like what Eddie was bringing up with like the refs and shit?
No, pues, fuck, man. I'm tired of this bullshit. I want to win, all of them. I'm tired of it. I want to win them good, convincing. I want us to go in there and fucking play our game, and that's all I want.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that stat has a part in it, but the biggest part is obviously the product on the field, which is always going to resort back to the top, the owner, because he decides who's in charge of the front office. Front office decides who they put as the coach. Coach decides who starts on the field, and then so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, I mean, this is Amaury's fault. Like an hour before we got on here, I saw some clip about him. He was sitting with Julio Cesar Chavez talking about bullshit, and he's talking about how va a ser Chivas el más grande otra vez. Bro, like, how many times have we heard this bullshit? Just
Yeah.
fucking do it. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Go to work, and let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, he needs to tell the team.
I mean, part of it to me, it seems a little like where they do need to maybe change about only signing people from Mexico too. Um,
No, hell no.
No,
you still want to keep that?
always,
Hell no.
forever. That never
Hell,
changes.
Hmm.
Rob, I'll tell you
Rob,
something. I'll tell you
It
something.
does
Hold
get.
on, Eddie.
Go
I,
ahead.
re-
But I'll tell you something. Cuando Chivas gana, o sea, and I still remember it back when we beat Tigres. But when Chivas wins a title, o sea, it's what I want to think feels the closest to Mexico if they ever win a World Cup. O sea, es un pinche pasión que dices tú. We didn't need anyone from Argentina, from South America, from Europe. Like we won with our own people. Like you'll never get the satisfaction with any other teams, no matter how many titles America wins. They'll never get the same satisfaction as it is to when Chivas wins con pinches 22 mexicanos.
a huevo.
I get that. I get that. I'm just for more of just trying to say as far as putting a different. Like I said, I know the passion and I love that as well. That does make me feel some type of way. It's just more of like like you're saying, if it's something's not working, there's got to be a little bit of a change. Maybe I'm not. Maybe they limit it to a certain amount, but it is a great tradition, and I understand not to change it. But the
No, yeah.
Yankees, it's like the Yankees. They just changed some traditions. It's like, maybe sometimes they could change it to a minimal amount or something.
Yeah,
But
Rob, no, it's a good conversation point because it is brought up every once in a while, like in the Chivas community. Uh, but I think it's the biggest part of our tradition. Like that's what drove me more as a kid, like to be proud, especially when they were winning. Like obviously we're not. There's ups and downs in this business, right? Like
hmm
we know that. Like it's sports. That's just how it is. Unless you're the Dodgers and you buy every player that is on the.
hey,
No,
hey,
but you know how it is, man. Like, but that like you can never take that shit away from us. Like that's what makes me proud because it is harder to win for us, and we know that. But that I'm not gonna change up what we're doing just because it's change the players. Cool, try something different. They tried bringing the Mexican American guys. Obviously, that's still in the works. I guess you can say we still don't know because they're all these guys are young, but like try something different in the sense of changing up the youth system again. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to spend money too. Like, bring the players that are doing the best for the selección. Like, you know what I mean? You got to convince these guys to come.
well, I know winning is part of that, but yeah, I mean, I love that you guys brought that up too. I mean, it is something. It's a good debate to continuously have, but we'll hope that they do keep that tradition and they, end up winning or changing ownership to try to bring in some more money. But yeah, that's something to think about. But Eric, I know you wanted to finish off with something, but today there was still two games that were played in the CONCACAF. Miami ended up winning today, and
Yeah, I think we all predicted. I mean, I don't think Cavalier was going to do anything, but
no, I mean Messi. He came in, subbed in, and he ended up scoring. So, shout out to him. Good stuff. Right now, Pumas, they're playing currently. They're up. They're trying to hold in a 2-1 aggregate lead right now, and they're away. So there's still 30 minutes left on that game, and we'll see how that one finishes off. Maybe but Pumas are expected to win that, but they're going. That's not a score that you want to be
No,
facing away from home.
no la están viendo fácil ahorita.
nope.
Alajuelense, 1-0.
La no, la Juálate.
Yo, Vancouver probably with their most historic win of their existence in eliminating Monterrey
Yeah,
from the CONCACAF Champions League. What do you guys think about that?
So was that on aggregate or is that because of like away goals or
yeah, it was 3-3. So away goals because they were actually losing at home 1-0, and I think they tied it in the last minute, which was clutch, obviously, to get this result. But I mean, not that it's a factor, but Monterrey for some reason played in at Santos Laguna Stadium. I don't know why. Uh, I mean, Ramos got I think a PK goal, but yeah, I mean, this you could probably say this is the most historic win in their franchise. If Pumas go through, I can see Vancouver taking that game.
Damn.
Yep.
All right, Eddie started it off. So if Pumas make it, he picks Vancouver over Pumas. Um, I'm gonna have to agree with him on that one.
I can see it. I mean, Vancouver's starting it off good. Pumas are a little shaky here and there too.
Yeah, I mean they got the new coach like you guys talked about before, but I don't know, man. There's something about like that underdog story, right? Like there's
They're on
something
a
about
high.
it. Even though they're my Cascadian rivals, like you can't deny it.
So we'll give a little predictions into the next matchup since basically they're all set. Um, so Eric, I know the next one with LAFC versus Miami. Who do you think is going to take that one?
I mean, I think logically, because of just how Gabby had kind of mentioned the state of like LAFC currently, I think Miami are the favorites. But I mean, the Columbus Crew LAFC game just shows you that anything can happen. But I think Miami's probably going to duke it out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep an eye on both of those legs. I'll probably watch both of those because it's going to be a good matchup. Eddie, would since you're not as biased on maybe on that one, or maybe you are, but who do you think going to take that one?
Honestly, I'm a little split, but I think it's LAFC's series to lose. Um, Obviously you got the Barca boys, but like I think LAFC's been playing at least in this tournament. They've been getting it done, finding a way to get it done, and it's their game to lose.
What about you, Gabi?
Um, I was trying to see where the game was gonna be at first, but I'm more comfortable with Miami than I was with Columbus. I think it'll be two good games, and then I think we barely get by.
All right. Those are good little predictions. Since the Pumas game isn't done yet, we won't predict that one, but the next one would be America versus Cruz Azul. I'm gonna call it. I'm rooting for Cruz Azul, because they're both rivals, but of Chivas. But I'm gonna say Cruz Azul is gonna take that one.
Go, Eric.
Eddie, what do you think?
Who, me?
Yeah, Eddie.
Oh, I didn't know they were playing.
They are playing in the next Concacaf.
No, I know
Oh
it's a
yeah.
joke. It's a
Oh,
joke.
over my head.
No, but honest, if I mean, I don't think America has it easy because they're about to do what they just did with Cruz Azul. They have midweek games and the Clásico on the weekend with Cruz Azul. So it's gonna be back to back to back matches with them. So
Oh, they're going three with Cruz Azul.
yeah,
Oh, damn! I'm rooting for Bogush to score some golazos. So let's go.
yeah. I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't care who moves on, but if Cruz Azul does it, I'm all here for it.
Next one would be Tigres versus Galaxy. Tigres is the hotter team right now. I'm gonna take Tigres in that matchup. Um, what about you, Gabi?
Well, I picked the Galaxy to advance in this round, but they don't get past Tigres. They're not. There's no way. They went home to play at Adiano and smashed them, but there's no way they're gonna get past Tigres. I
Yeah,
don't see it.
it's Herediano. Yeah, I
Well,
could agree with that.
yeah, Eddie. As far as you think that will be, we'll do this kind of quick. I know we're gonna have a pretty big rant from Eric soon, so we're already running a little long. So
Yeah, Tigres gets by Galaxy. They get by Cruz Azul or America. They're in the final.
Yep. That was my same prediction.
Who Tigres?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
T Yep, Tigres against LAFC in the final, huh? That's what I think.
Damn, a rematch.
Damn.
Well, that wraps up the CONCACAF right now. We'll have plenty of time to break down the next matchups. I'll let Eric take the floor on this.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I don't know why yesterday's game just got me in some sort of like the first thing I did was came to my fucking laptop and I was like I gotta type some shit out because I was like I'm just tired of the shit. Pero para los que no entienden Spanish pongan sus translators porque esto va a ser en español para que se oiga con más picante esta madre.
No speak Spanish.
You pink bunnies?
Tú dale. Tú dale.
Okay. Here I go. Y ojalá que Amaury Vergara gets this fucking message. I doubt it. I hope someone in the Chivas community can put it in his fucking face. But here we go. Amaury Vergara, no eres el gran Jorge Carlos Vergara Madrigal, para empezar. Ya basta de este pinche vergüenza. Chivas no es un negocio familiar para que sigas haciendo tus pendejadas. Nos tratas como idiotas, con discursos baratos, de proyectos disque serios y trabajo a largo plazo. Esas son mamadas. Pero la realidad es que nos tienes hundidos en la pinche mediocridad. Mediocridad. Para empezar. Cada torneo es la misma mamada, fichajes de mierda, entrenadores que no duran, jugadores sin huevos, directivos que no tienen ni puta idea de cómo manejar un club grande. Nos vendes puro humo. Mientras otros equipos crecen, América el tricampeonato, Atlas back-to-back winning, Chivas sigue cayendo a pedazos porque tú no tienes ni los huevos ni la capacidad para levantarlo. La afición nunca falla. Los que fallan son los pendejos que están arriba. Nosotros siempre llenamos el Acron, viajamos, dejamos todo por estos colores, pero tú y tu bola de incompetentes nos pagan con fracasos y ridículos. Chivas es grande por su historia y su gente, no por los pendejos que lo administran. Si de verdad respetaras este escudo, tendrías la decencia de reconocer que no puedes con el paquete y venderías el equipo. Pero como sigues aferrado a chingártelo poco a poco, solo nos queda exigirte. Haz tu puto trabajo o vende el equipo a la chingada. Ya estuvo de mamadas.
Mic drop. Sign
Mic
that
drop,
shit.
Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it
me,
better.
casi me suelto chillando.
Couldn't have said it better. Hey,
Casi me suelto
Let
chillando.
him cook.
Yup. Signed off by all the cuz here. They couldn't have said it better.
Mauri, no creas que vamos a dejar de apoyar al pinche equipo, pero te vamos a seguir chingue, chingue, chingue. Sell the fucking team.
No hay de otra.
Couldn't have said it better, but yeah. Almost. Hey, sell it to what's her name? Fucking Salma Hayek. Sell it to somebody else, but cambia algo.
Bonjour.
Well, I'll leave that for the finish off the episode. I know we were gonna get into some NFL stuff, but I think that's the best way to end off the night. With that pasión that Eric just laid out for us. So thank you again for all and then thank you, Eddie, for joining us today. I know this is something that we want to introduce some cuz here and there, and people who would love the show. They have some hot takes to bring into it, and we really appreciate you guys coming along.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks, obviously, for having me. I want to give you guys a shout out for, just getting this going, staying consistent, and honestly, I'm a fan. I listen to all the episodes, so keep it rolling.
Yeah, me and Eddie will get into Barca versus Real Madrid debate at some point. We'll just tease it right now, but it's gonna have a lot of pasión as well.
Sin vergüenza, el otro día sin vergüenza.
Sheesh. All right, well, everybody subscribe, listen in, comment, let us know how we're doing. I'm gonna sign out from here.
Yeah, this shit was fun, guys. Listen in. Gabby, Eddie, Rob, that was fun.
Thanks for having me, guys. Arriba las Chivas.
Ya estamos.